Hi, this video is coming to you from Wisconsin. My name is Mary Costello. I am a retired educator of 31 years. I am an inspired yoga instructor for the past couple of years, and now an aspiring brain longevity specialist. Very grateful for the curriculum and the opportunity to gain this incredible knowledge from the Alzheimer's Research and Prevention Foundation. As an educator, I was involved with a lot of brains over a lot of years, and presently am working with my own father, who is experiencing this um, these challenges as he ages. So grateful for the knowledge and the practical tools that I've been learning. And today I'd like to just share some of those with you. Um, Specifically, the four pillars of what the Alzheimer's Research and Prevention Foundation have found to be effective, useful, practical, and, in my opinion, non pharmacological approaches to brain longevity and brain wellness. So, an overview of the four pillars begins with diet and supplement. And not so surprisingly, that the standard American diet makes or creates that acronym of SAD. So, within this pillar of diet and supplements, there are several important, how shall I put it, important directions to go and things to not do as well. So within the diet, there have been so many research, so much research done on the area, in the area of what to eat and when to eat it and how to eat it. And the Alzheimer's Research and Prevention Foundation would suggest, as well as there are several studies to back this up, that the following ideas and intentions would be very important when creating your diet, your intake of food, as well as detoxification, releasing, getting rid of the toxins that might be within your body and your system. So, detoxification is an important part of the diet itself. Going organic as often as possible, perhaps even growing your own food. GMO is a no. So, reading labels is very important as well. Knowing what is going into your body is going to help fuel your body and keep you healthy. Proteins are lean and clean and not very often. Vegetables, plant-based foods become a larger part of the plate within this pillar of the brain longevity program. Juicing is something that can be added to even increase the wellness of your body, your organs, giving your body time to digest and recover. And lastly, cooking consciously with awareness. And throughout some of the research of the various diets, especially within the blue zones, the DASH diet, the MIND diet, they found that it takes a long time for the dinner time to begin and end, beginning with preparation and taking time as well to eat, which helps tune the whole body into digestion, actually getting the nutritional value out of the food. So that would be the diet and supplements pillar. Moving on to the second diet, or the second pillar, would be stress reduction and stress management. Yes, stress is part of life, but learning to regulate the amount of stress that comes in and how our body handles that is very important. There's a lot of new work about the nervous system, specifically the sympathetic, which would be thinking of like the guard dog, fight and flight, as well as the parasympathetic, which the vagus nerve is quite integral within that system. So, learning, we want to move out of fight and flight and moving into rest and digest, which would be more of the parasympathetic nervous system. So, ARPF gives some great tools for not only noticing what triggers there are, but how do we handle that stressor, those stressors. Yoga, meditation, all have been found scientifically to be quite helpful in regulating this nervous system and managing the stress. One big piece of this stress management is the Kirtan Kriya meditation. I found it fascinating because of the wealth of research that backs up and substantiates the claims of how Kirtan Kriya practiced, it's about a 12-minute practice, practiced daily, has astounding benefits to cultivating mental wellness. And that is sometimes, or could be, because of the different areas that the Kirtan Kriya meditation brings about. So we've got the mudra, which is a hand position that balances the energy. And within the Kirtan Kriya meditation, we are moving the fingers, thumbs to the fingertips, in a sequential manner. That is called the mudra. The meditation itself practices being in the present, in the moment, as so many spiritual practices will tell us. We can never get there. There's no line to cross. It is about being in the now. Kirtan Kriya helps cultivate that ability to stay in the now. And the mantra. Chanting also will help us regulate that nervous system. And the words that are spoken within Kirtan Kriya are sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. That, the actual vocalization, takes place at a juncture behind the throat, which is an interesting point, or I said a juncture earlier, for that vagal nerve. And so when we use that vocalization, and even as our tongue hits the roof of our mouth, that is a signal to the vagus nerve that all is well. So it coaxes us into that state of calmness. And lastly, the visualization, focusing on it can help enhance that whole cognitive ability as we imagine the sequence of having that come through the top of our head and out the forehead. With each syllable, we imagine that sound flowing inward through the crown of the head and outward through our third eye. That would be Kirtan Kriya. Lots more to explain that on the ARPF website as well. The third pillar would be exercise. And this is also involves exercise, you could call it, cognitive well-being, cognitive calisthenics. But moving so we can move, so we can continue to move. A famous Martha Graham was a world leader in the art form of dance, and she said the spine is the tree of life. Respect it. That this pillar motivates us and suggests that movement is necessary as we move on later in life. So, exercise, but also mental exercises. tuning the brain and tuning outward and inward. And the fourth pillar suggested by the Alzheimer's Research and Prevention Foundation is spiritual fitness. And this involves an incredibly important aspect of socialization. I read in some recent research about loneliness that loneliness is the new smoking, and that it can actually have the same detrimental effects on a person as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. There's so much research out there highlighting the fact that loneliness can be devastating to one's mental as well as physical health. And I think an important concept here to remember is that we can have social contact, and that's very different than social connection. That connection between two people with conversation, caring, and compassion. So, keeping all of these pillars, these four pillars in mind and in our body as we move forward in the direction of brain longevity and wellness. And I invite you to learn even more about this non pharmacological approach to preventing Alzheimer's by searching into the website of the Alzheimer's Research and Prevention Foundation. There is a wealth of information to help keep you, your body, mind, and spirit well. Thank you so much.